This is The Process Shot. I'm Michael. I'm stuck in a haunted movie theater, and I've seen Monterey Pop, a concert documentary from 1968 directed by D.A. Pennebaker. There's not much to say about it, honestly, mostly because it's everything that it says on the poster. Sort of. It's a documentary of the Monterey International Pop Festival of 1967. It's not just a record of the various artists and bands that performed, though it wouldn't be wrong to say that some of rock music's most famous images came from this concert in this movie. It also captures scenes from the grounds and the candid acts of the concertgoers over the several days of the festival, and all without any narration or additional footage. It just drops you right in. I've talked before about how documentaries often strive for immersion, to the point that it probably doesn't mean that much coming from me. I mean, I don't think much means anything just because I say it, but I digress. This movie is pretty much the epitome of that idea, though, probably making it one of the better examples of direct cinema and documentary filmmaking in general. From the very outset, it tries to replicate the feeling of not only being at the festival, but also being within the entire scene and its greater atmosphere, with a final goal of almost completely capturing this moment in time, or at least the music tastes of the time. It's a bit different from the other concert films I've seen, which have generally put their focus on trying to recreate the energy of a single concert experience, whereas in this case it's not only more than one performance, but less about that energy and more about the environment. Granted, the former does come through in some of the actual performance footage, but the movie doesn't always focus upon those scenes. At times editing around the songs being played and cutting to attendees doing other things around the festival, whether it be sleeping, checking out the booths, smoking illicit substances, or whatever else happened at music festivals in the 60s. A wink wink. Yeah. These particular segments seem to be categorized, focused around an idea such as one of those, and then going back to the music. There's a bit of a pattern in this, which helps to break up the footage and keep things moving along at a rather lively pace. And it helps that what we actually see is different enough that this editing isn't overly apparent. On a technical level, the cinematography also helps keep things fresh, especially when it jumps between concert footage and candid shots, taking things in a more expressive direction in the former, and capturing more of the emotion within these scenes and shots, playing with angles and lighting to a pretty good effect, at least whenever it occurs. For the most part, it's more practical and just tries to keep its eye on whatever is occurring. That's more or less the idea behind direct cinema, though, and it's more or less why the movie is better than how I'm describing it. It's made with the idea of letting everything speak for itself, and what we see is more than enough to get what it's trying to give. Or something along those lines, I suppose. Monterey Pop. D.A. Pennebaker, 1968. 4.5 stars. I'd definitely say it's worth seeing. That's it for this review. If you liked it, leave a like. If you have something to add, leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews. I feel like I talked a bit about direct cinema without really describing it. I wonder if I should do something about that in the future. Maybe put up a dictionary page or something. Maybe an infographic. I don't know.